Welcome into the Slobberknocker Sports Podcast, episode 84. We are here to talk everything NBA playoffs, College World Series on the docket as well, NHL playoffs, conference finals in full form. We've got WNBA
I was about to say, that's all fucking fake news. We're here to talk about the WNBA.
Well,
that's what we do on this show. I walk in, he gets this TV set up, says it's going to be well worth it, and I'm looking at a WNBA pause screen up here, baby.
That's what we're going to go to first.
I mean, why not?
Make sure, if you're new to the channel, to like and subscribe. Comment below. Leave us a comment. All interaction helps us grow the channel. But yeah, let's get to it. Let's go to the best thing I saw this week.
Watch out now.
All right, let's roll the highlights here. This is the second possession of the game. Angel inside. Going to start off with a nice smoked wide open layup. She had quite a few of these in the game.
Like the female Bill Russell out there.
That's
rebounding,
right.
Playing hard.
She got a turnover there in the first 2 minutes. Now, this is the highlight of the game right here. Check Angel. Sorry, that was a travel there. Check Angel here coming up. She's going to miss about 5 layups in a row. I think it's right here. Yes, it is. This is like 2.5 minutes into the game.
What a ball screen by Angel.
Watch this. Camila Cardoso has it. She's going to put up the shot, and Angel's going to do what she does. Get offensive rebounds. Now watch this. Here's one miss. Give me that back. Only if you want it. Right back again. Give me a second one. Only if you want it. One more. Let's throw it up again. Only if you want it. One more. Get it back. A 4th miss in a row. She did it. 4 misses on 1 possession. Incredible.
Yeah, but well, look at that. Look at that pass. It was a dime, but that three-point shooter missed it.
I mean,
I just don't know how people look. I really don't give a shit about Angel Reese, but it's, you know, it's almost, I get that she puts 90% of this stuff, 80% of it, whatever, on herself, where, she claims that, it's Caitlyn and her league, which is just laugh out loud hysterical. She's awful. But the Jamel Hills of the world and people that actually think that she's fucking relevant is just a real problem. I mean, what was her stat line was what? 0 for 7 with like
0 for 8.
Yeah.
0 for 8 with 10 rebounds.
I mean, what the
2
fuck
points.
what are we talking about? It's just the dumbest shit in the entire world. That, like, these people actually have a voice and are like, Angel Reese is good. Angel Reese is fucking horrible. Besides her fucking McDonald's meal that she has these days,
well,
she doesn't do a whole lot.
That's a good segue.
You need to look that up and see what they and like I told you off air, Caitlin Clark, Chick-fil-A needs to counter that Angel Reese meal. Because Chick-fil-A is obviously God's chicken, closed on Sunday. We'll go Caitlin Clark meal. And, I was kind of dogging on Caitlin Clark, saying it would be the ultimate white meal. It'd be a grilled chicken breast, extra pickles, extra mayonnaise, no seasoning on the fries, and an unsweet tea. That would be the Caitlin Clark collab meal with Chick-fil-A.
That's quite an idea of the week. I like that. You said no salt on the fries. That's the way to go. You got to go get no salt on the fries.
Well, not you. You're white, and you intake more salt than anybody I've ever met in my entire life.
No, see, that's not the thing. You tell them no salt on the fries.
Oh, and then you salt them?
And then they cook them fresh because they already salt them. So you get the fresh hot fries, and then you go get 5 to 10 packets of salt, and you dump it all on the fries, and then you got fresh, salted, really good hot fries that burn the roof of your mouth. That's exactly how you do it.
I think Chick-fil-A is done with that shit. I saw some GM giving it to some lady that was trying to order unsalted fries at like noon on like the busiest day, and she's screaming at the. It's never been a problem anywhere else. I go to Chick-fil-A, and the lady's like, "Ma'am, we can't do that. It's the middle of lunch. Like we have like 3 fryers, and they're all going right now, and they're gonna get salted. Like that's just the way it works." And
I'll tell you what, I order no salt on my fries every single time, and I've never had a problem. We'll say that. I agree with the lady, even if she is a Karen. Now, I wouldn't be yelling at the general manager, but I would just take my fries and eat them if they gave them to me salted. But I do like them hot, and that is the way to go. You definitely, and to be fair, I don't go at noon.
I was about to say, you do go random times.
Like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Right?
Or so, like 9:30
right before they close.
Yeah, okay,
exactly.
Makes sense. All right.
Yeah, that's right.
All
right.
Anyway, yeah. The moral of all that is that Angel Reese is worthless, but she does have her McDonald's Fanta meal, so good for her on that.
I had an idea of the week, and I told you it before, and I can't remember what it was. Completely slipping my mind here. It was a good idea. You remember what it was? I've remembered it. Thanks. Thanks, Turner. No, my idea of the week is on the same topic of the WNBA. I think that if I was the Indiana Fever, I would charge a Caitlin Clark tax for every single away game that she plays in. So, like, show them the numbers, and it's like, look, before she came in the league, you had 17 fans at your arena, and you're charging 30 cents on the dollar, right? I think probably they were giving tickets away for free before Caitlin Clark came in the league, and now they're charging $100, $200, $300, up to $1,000 for the front row seats when Caitlin Clark plays. So I would just say, look, I want 50% of your ticket revenue every time she plays in the arena. I think that's a fair trade-off. To be fair, it's probably more like 90%. 50's a steal, okay? Caitlin Clark is the whole reason anybody watches the NBA. If you took her out, it would disintegrate within 2 years. So Caitlin Clark tax, new rule. Indiana Fever get 50% of all ticket revenue of away games that Caitlin Clark plays. And anytime she plays in an away arena, 50% of ticket revenue goes back to the Indiana Fever. That's my idea of the week.
And what did I tell you people at home? We're a WNBA show through and through. The first 15 minutes of this show, nothing but WNBA. I would like for the record to state, I still fucking hate the WNBA, and I wish it would go away. Okay, let's move on.
Well,
let's move on to some real sports.
You've
Caitlin Clark's out 4 weeks. I petition that we don't talk about it for 4 weeks.
That's not going to happen.
Why? She's not playing.
We have WNBA or not on the show.
Well, that's fine.
Week.
WNBA not's allowed. It's an offensive game.
Should we go there right now before we go to the Brookie of the week?
Let's go WNBA or not.
All right, let's go WNBA or not. All right.
I mean, we've already spent 15 minutes on the WNBA.
And rightfully so. And more like 5, but, that's all right. Okay.
Our producer says it's only been 3 minutes.
Thank
it
you,
feels
Bailey.
like a lifetime.
Thank you, Bailey. Bailey's
Thank
on
you
my
for
side.
correcting me, Bailey.
Thank you. All right. Moving on. Let's go.
God, Angel Reese.
Get
her off.
I'm
that
trying
fucking
here.
Screen. Disgusted.
I'm trying here. Okay, we're going to go to WNBA or not.
It's time to play WNBA or not.
I already caught a half-second glimpse at this girl, and I know she's a rapper.
Okay, number 1. Is this a WNBA or not?
I'm trying to look at those side pictures.
No,
figure out what's going on.
These aren't her. Those are like the next people who are coming up.
Oh.
I just didn't want you to get an early look at them.
Zoom in.
This is the only picture of this girl.
Zoom in. See what we got. See how big the hands are.
He was so confident.
What?
Now I've got him rattled.
Yeah, no, she's a rapper, not a WNBA player.
This is Anisha Morrow of the Connecticut Sun.
Oh, man, 0 for 1.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Good start for me. Let's go. I'm fired up. Okay.
Might be the first time in months you get a win here.
I love it. No, I won. You've won 2 in a row. I won the one before that. We've only played it a few times in the last month. Now, moving on to number 2. Is this a W? We're looking at the one on the right.
Yeah, go ahead.
The one on the right.
You had to. Oh man, this is a tough one. You know what? He put a lot of thought into this one this week.
I really didn't.
And that
I screenshotted this 2 hours ago.
Okay, zoom in, please.
The one on the left, I know who that is actually. I wouldn't have.
Is that Cocaine Bear on the left?
No, it's a good guess.
It looks like Cocaine Bear.
Good guess. She is on the Indiana Fever, the one on the left.
Oh, is she?
She is. That's Natasha Howard, I think.
Dude, I think this is. I think you're being tricky. I'm probably overthinking it. I'm gonna say that she does play in the WNBA. The girl on the right. You want me to think it's the girlfriend, but she is a WNBA player.
She is
and
a
maybe
WNBA
a
player. That is
okay.
Murajanta Musa for the Phoenix Mercury.
Yeah, I knew her. Yeah, great
and
player.
I guess she's with another WNBA player. I did think I might get you on
Love
that
it.
one.
Everybody love everybody.
Okay. Wait, that's not the right. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me correct.
Nope.
That is
you've
not
already ruled it. You've already ruled it a win.
Hold on.
You can't go back.
I'm wrong.
You can't go back and take it off the board.
I am wrong. That is not a WNBA player.
It's not?
That is Jack Eli Duckworth, and she's on Basketball Wives, and I have it on here, Natasha Howard wife. She's on Basketball Wives Reality Star. That is not a WNBA player.
Okay. Well,
let's go.
I know the next one is.
Let's
I know the next one is a
go.
WNBA player at least.
Okay.
So we'll take that.
Okay. Next one.
No, don't go to. Oh, that is
This
the
is
next
the next one. WNBA or not?
Yeah, she's in the WNBA.
She is not. Let's go. That's 0 for 3. Come on.
Who the hell is that?
That is Lindsay Eastwood. She is a women's hockey player. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I
and
don't know
I typed
why.
in tall hockey player on Google.
Well, that honestly didn't. Honestly, here's the thing on this one. I would have said not a WNBA player for sure, but I thought I don't know how you. Anyway, I just thought
order?
I thought you were saying that you're like, oh, I got it wrong. That next one is, and you clicked on that one. So anyway, it threw me for a loop. I would have definitely gone not, but anyway, I fucked myself there. Although I will say that you shouldn't be able to take it off the board after it's on the board.
I just got what the
It's like the end of
wrong.
a horse race, and it's like, yeah, he was on steroids. But
yeah,
guess
but
what?
they review the horse race and
the
say,
tickets are already cashed. You can't do anything about it.
well, you can strip it from him. We
You
saw that
can't
happen
strip
at the
money
Kentucky.
out of people. All those
we
tickets
did.
cashed.
We saw this happen at Kentucky Derby when they corrected it, and the guy, there was a bump, and they ruled him, ineligible a couple years back. Just saying.
Oh
Okay.
no! What I'm saying is those tickets cashed.
Okay. Well, not that day they didn't.
Oh no! You're thinking of two different races.
Okay. Number
At this
4.
point, I don't even care.
Number
I've already
4.
lost.
Is this on the right?
Who is it?
On the right. Is it a WNBA player or not?
No,
what?
That's not a WNBA.
That is a
player.
WNBA player.
Who
0 for
is it?
4.
Who is it?
That is Sammy Whitcomb of the New York
See,
Liberty.
Once
Now,
I get going the wrong way,
It's
I
over.
I miss them all.
okay, last one. Is this a WNBA player?
Oh my god! I'm not even gonna say anything. Zoom in. Is that Travis Hunter? It looks like Travis Hunter. Oh no! When you zoom in a little bit, it doesn't. Originally, it just did because I couldn't see much. I don't even know what's going on. Peace sign below a door. Is that a WNBA player? I think that's a man. I'm gonna say no. I'm sure I'll catch a lot of heat for this one, but no.
That's not a WNBA
Okay, is that
player.
Travis Hunter's little brother or something? Who is that? I'm being
lost
serious.
I lost my notes here.
Okay,
But
well,
it's not.
All right. Well, at least I didn't go over.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure that's right. Hold on before I.
If
Is that Merjanta Musa? Is that what I did?
If you correct it, then
If I'm right here, if this is Merjanta, I can't even spell her name
You
right.
can't even.
I typed it in.
You keep correcting stuff. This is what the fuck. The integrity
I
of this
typed in-
game is. There's no integrity to this game.
I
We're making up
fucked
who
up.
these people are at this point. I have no idea.
No, we're really not. I fucked up.
Hey,
That is
Bailey.
a WNBA player.
No, it's
Let's
not.
go. I swear
I
to
don't-
God.
I don't believe
look,
it.
Merjanta Musa. Look, this is Merjanta Musa. It actually is. I just fucked the order up. That's Merjanta Musa. Oh for 5.
Could be a lot of different
Oh
people.
for 5, Bailey.
I'm not taking.
What a day.
I'm not. I mean, this.
What
is,
a fucking
This
day.
is definitely under protest.
Oh my gosh.
That could be several different
Oh.
WNBA players are not there. So, this is under protest. Hey,
What a fucking
Dylan
day.
could actually do this like Bailey. He could go undefeated like the next 3 years and just be like, "Oh, that is a W. It's so and so," and I'd have no idea.
Yeah, but I don't
integrity
do
of
that
this
because you
game.
win like 65 to 70%
No,
of the time.
but I think you've changed it.
No.
Yep.
Look up. Well,
Yep.
We have the pictures. We can look them up. We can prove
That's
exactly
all
who they are.
All right,
You
I'll
win
take
0
my
for
loss.
5. Take the loss.
That looks like Travis Hunter.
Take the
And
loss.
you've
I don't
given-
disagree.
You gave me 2 right.
I
so
don't
know how
disagree
this-
with that it looks like Travis Hunter. However, you win 0 for 5, and I'm the champion this week. I'm the reigning champ for the next
congrats.
7 days. Oh my
The
gosh, what a beautiful
the
game.
integrity of this game is under very
No,
some serious question.
No. I'm a winner. Okay, let's go to Brookie of the Week. We're gonna go. I'm gonna give my Brookie of the Week, and we've kind of sparingly done these, but I'm gonna give it to Ben Griffin, the golfer, because he went out and won the Charles Schwab Invitational this week. And this is a guy. He won the Zurich Classic with his friend Novak. I forget his first name. A couple months back, where it was like the tag team event. And so he's won twice on the PGA Tour now this year. He is 5th in the FedEx Cup standings. This is a guy who a couple years back had taken a job as a mortgage lender. He was basically about to give up on golf. And funny how life works. He stuck with it and made his break. And now he's won twice on the PGA Tour. He's a multimillionaire. Has a chance to compete in the FedEx Cup going forward, which pays out an ungodly amount of money at the end of the season. So good for Ben Griffin. That's the type of grit and heart that Brooklyn loves. This guy's 29 years old and has been grinding for a long time and finally got his break.
Kind of looks like a young Phil Mickelson with his big ass sunglasses he wears out there. Someone brought that up the other day. I was like, yeah, he does.
I didn't think about
Phil.
that. That's a good point. Yeah,
Old school Phil.
He had never had a win on the PGA Tour in his entire career going into this year, and he's got 2 wins in 2025. He's 5th in the FedEx Cup standings, 24th in the world golf rankings. So, shout out Ben Griffin, Brookie of the Week.
Shout
we don't
out,
get a lot
Ben.
of golfers on the Brookie of the Week, but
Oh God, no.
this guy deserves it, I think. So
They're not the toughest people around, the old golfers.
no, they're not. But
my
gritty.
Brookie of the Week didn't have one, but now I do. Scrolling. Jim Irsay. We love you, Jim.
God.
My God. One
Forgot
of the
about
last true NFL owners around. Now it's just old glory hole Jerry Jones. It's the only one we got left.
Do we have a call
Irsay
from
and
Jerry coming in this week? We might. We may have one.
Yeah, might have one coming in,
we
but
got to see if Jerry's going to call.
Jim Irsay, I mean, what a crazy asshole. But, I mean, he was, and like I said, this is not to be, rude by any stretch. As far as like a Colts fan for the organization, this is the best thing that could have happened for sure. As far as like him not being there anymore, I wish I would have rather seen him, step aside and not die. I mean, I wish Jim was here. And I will say he did single-handedly from up above. I assume he's up there. I don't know why I assume he's up there, but up above, he single-handedly brought the Pacers back in game 1.
Well, that was a crazy comeback. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Was that game 1 or game 2?
That was game 1.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
Shout out, Jim.
Down 17 with 3.5 to go, down 8 with 32 seconds, and somehow won because the Knicks are complete choking idiots. But regardless, that's a good segue. I like the Brookie. Shout out Jim Irsay. Why would he not be up there, by the way? Interesting comment.
You never know.
People love him, actually. It's funny when he died.
No, people love Jim. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's a character.
No, he is, but
Yeah.
I kind of had this, view I did. I don't know if other people did that. He kind of, was a piece of shit, but I don't think he was.
No,
He's a really good dude.
He gave away, shit ton of money. He did all kinds of... He just, struggled with whatever certain demons he had, so many of us have. So, no, I mean, I think everybody really liked him. It was just the Jerry Jones aspect where, he's trying to make football decisions having no idea what he's doing.
True. That's true.
what it is.
Yeah, that's
more
what it
of
is.
that. And I would even venture to say that Jim knew far less than Jerry. Jerry, I don't think knows anything, but, he spends a lot of time on this kind of stuff. And I think Jim would just make, I want that guy. One of his friends told him they needed to draft that guy, and that's what they did. But I think by all accounts, pretty good dude.
Hey, I mean, he drafted Peyton Manning and he drafted Andrew Luck. Now, those were both pretty simple picks.
He would have taken Ryan Leaf if he had the chance.
Yeah, well, he did have the chance. He passed on him. He went with Peyton Manning, didn't he?
I thought Ryan Leaf went the pick before Peyton Manning.
No, Peyton Manning went first. He went second.
Did he?
I believe so. I'm pretty sure
I
Ryan
thought
Leaf
that
went...
was a crazy, then Ryan Leaf probably went second. That makes sense.
Do you know how his father built his fortune, by the way?
I think I remember hearing it back in the day, but what was it?
It was just like our boy Shamako did with his heating and air cooling company. Okay, our boy Shamako.
Shout out Shamako.
Shout out
coming
Shamako.
Back.
I
He's
forgot
coming
the
back
name
to
of
the
his
studio
business.
soon. Bailey, you need to cut Shamako a break and unblock his number, dude. Sickening what you do to that man. He's given his heart.
Because he definitely watches the show.
He's given his heart and soul to this studio for years.
Yeah, he's been quite a...
Please. Shamako's been here way before you.
Real quick, before we go on to the NBA playoffs, I want to shout out, because this is important to the show, and obviously you're probably wondering why I'm wearing a Commodore hat, but that's because...
He's on the bandwagon. He's on the ship.
Bailey's mad. Bailey's getting intimidating me over there. I am Vanderbilt. We are the number one overall seed.
Vanderbilt.
We are the number one overall seed in the baseball college World Series. Just want to shout out SEC champs. So I'd like to congratulate us on our accomplishment. Heck of a run. What? He asked who the regular season champs were, and it was Texas, my boys. I was going to wear a Texas jersey and a Commodore hat to commemorate my two teams, but I left the jersey at home by accident, my Arch Manning jersey, so we only got the Commodore hat going.
It does absolutely disgust Bailey that you try to jump. I know that it's like half a troll, but Dylan does like him, and it just, Bailey, it absolutely, no, please.
He doesn't
he loses sleep at night.
No, because
and let me tell you this, the best thing that could have happened ever to Bailey is I came in, shot my mouth off, and said that Vanderbilt's not going past the Super Regional, so they could book their tickets to Omaha now.
That is true.
You might as well just start booking those You might as well start booking the hotel rooms. If we could get Big Dog to say it, they'll be national champs.
Oh, yeah, they would.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Dog cost the Pacers a 3-0 series lead the other night. No, yeah, I do root for Vanderbilt. But speaking of costing the Pacers a 3-0 series lead, let's go to the NBA. And let's talk NBA playoffs, because we've got a game 4 tonight in the Knicks-Pacers series. And lucky for all of us, it is meaningful. It's a meaningful game. I'm going to take my Commodore hat off.
Yeah, show some respect.
I should put it right on the center here.
There's gonna be so many Asians in Nashville mad at you for trying to steal their valor.
Look,
on Memorial Day weekend.
I am Vanderbilt University. So over to the NBA playoffs.
Speaking of, I can't believe we're not having Big Dog on for.
Why would he? The last time he came on, it was a disaster. So we're gonna have to limit him to 10 minute increments.
It was Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. Let's stop right there.
Well,
let's stop right there. Thank you. Despite the picture that he put up in the playroom.
Bailey, you might need to put some pictures up.
No, there's no pictures going up. Now, on to the NBA playoffs, where the Indiana Pacers stole the first 2 games in New York. We shot before the series started last week. So the last time we talked, we both picked the Knicks. I think you picked them in 6. I picked them in 7. Now, look, game 1 was the most epic collapse I've ever seen in a playoff game. 8 points in 32 seconds, 17 points in the final 3.5 minutes. At home, it should have been an easy win, and the Knicks just absolutely shit themselves. Now, I will say this. The Knicks choked, and the Knicks deserved to lose that game. However, 2 calls in that game significantly hindered the outcome. Number 1, the Knicks up by 2 on the final possession before Halliburton hit the game-tying shot. He double-dribbled. It was an obvious, egregious double-dribble. The officials missed that. If that's called, the game is over. And then in overtime with 2.5 minutes to go, the Knicks led by 4 and were on a fast break. And there was a clear goaltend that was missed that would have been put the Knicks up 6 with 2.5 to go in overtime. Instead, they did not blow the whistle, and because they did not call a goaltend, they could not go back and review it. And they went the other way for a Pacers 3, and now it was a 50-50 game, and the Pacers pulled it out late. The Pacers then carry the momentum over, and the Knicks carry their kind of a hangover into game 2, and a tight game the whole way goes the way of the Pacers. Knicks led most of the way. Pacers come out late and finish it. Feels in game 3, the Pacers are up by 21 in the first half. Up 2-0, and it feels like the series is over. The Knicks are booking their tickets to Cancun. The TNT crew is getting their Gone Fishing shirts ready. They're putting their hats on, right? They're ready to cast out, and they hang around, and in the fourth quarter, my man, Karl Anthony Towns.
Your man.
No, I actually can't stand Karl.
I know.
Anthony
I was going to
Towns.
say, I think you hate Karl Anthony Towns more than
I can't stand him, and he's terrible. But to his credit, he had scored 0 points in the fourth quarter of the first 2 games. He was benched in game 2. He was so bad. And he somehow, in the fourth quarter of game 3, turned into prime Michael Jordan. He was hitting deep threes. He was tacking the rim. He put Andrew Nembhard on a poster. He was finishing at the rim. He scored 20 points in the fourth quarter. And he did it like in the first 8 minutes. I don't think he even scored the last 4 minutes of the fourth. He was incredible. He scored as many points as the Pacers did in the fourth quarter. He out-rebounded the Pacers by himself, made more shots, and made 3 more threes. He was phenomenal. That was the best quarter he's played his entire career, and to his credit, he saved the Knicks season, because if they lose that game, it's 3-0, it's over, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, game 4 tonight tell me what you think. The Knicks losing game 2, to me, was a hangover of the lost game 1. I said it before, like, game 2 happened. There's no way the Knicks are winning this series. There's no way they recover from that loss. It's mentally too tough when you have game 1 at home, and then they carried over and lose game 2. But that said, it feels the same here for the Pacers. Up 21 in the second, everybody in that building thought the series was over. The Pacers thought they were going to the finals. And to blow it that way with Brunson on the bench, who, by the way, played 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. He was horrible in the game. Weird. And the Knicks win the game, and now I think there's a legitimate possibility. I'm not saying they will. I think there's a legitimate possibility that the Pacers have a hangover themselves here in game 4, that the Knicks win, and that we go to a game 5 tied 2-2. What do you think?
You know, I mean, it's a tough call. It's weird that the Pacers have lost every game 3 they've played, right? I think that they're gonna win the game tonight. They just make so many damn shots at home. I just think they're gonna end up winning a close game. I think it'll be close. The Knicks, obviously, blowing that game 1 was brutal. I'm with you. I just don't think you can ever really, really come back from that. The way they did in game 3, but like you said, the Pacers were up 20 plus at home, and they blew it. So, I think the Knicks are a slightly better team on paper. obviously, but I do think the Pacers will find a way to win tonight, and they'll end up winning the series. I don't know and how many, whatever. I just think they'll find a way to win it. The Knicks seem like they're cursed. That'd be the worst thing ever for the NBA too. They certainly don't want they don't want Pacers, Oklahoma City.
No, and I will say this too. It's been really interesting, the officiating in this series.
Right.
The Pacers.
Scott Foster, the extender, got called in.
Well,
he said
did.
He was giving all the calls to the Pacers.
He did, but even in that game, it really didn't feel like the Knicks got the benefit of a lot of calls in that game. I mean, there were some weird calls late that went the way of the Pacers. I don't know. It's very odd. Like the Pacers shot more free throws in game 3, in the game that the Knicks had to win. They shot 3 more free throws, and that included some intentional fouls late for the Knicks, for the Pacers on the Knicks. So I don't quite understand it. You know what it honestly feels like? It feels like that Adam Silver called up the officials and said it was too obvious that we gave Cooper Flag to the Mavericks. And everybody thinks the league is rigged now. If we have the Knicks get every call in this series, we'll never live it down. Let's have the Pacers go. We'll eat the loss, and that way we'll be able to, people will forget about the Cooper Flag deal.
The reverse rig.
The reverse rig. It's like a reverse jinx. That's what it honestly feels like. Like, I'm watching this, and it's inexplicable to me that it feels like the Pacers are getting the benefit of the whistle.
It seemed like they were getting the majority of the calls. I
mean, in the first game, the Knicks got more calls. They shot 10 more free throws than the Pacers. But since then, the Pacers in the next 2 games have shot more free throws than the Knicks. And the Knicks are a much more attacking team. They shoot less threes. They go to the rim. They're more physical. So that's weird to me. We'll see how tonight's game is called. No Scott Foster tonight, so we don't know if we're going to get a win there for the Knicks. But I will say two points I want to make real quick, and then we can move to the next series. So number one, Tyrese Halliburton, and this is the case for actually a lot of Pacers this season, actually been worse at home. Tyrese Halliburton in his career in the playoffs, 44% from 3 on the road, 26.5% at home on his career.
I think that might be, obviously that's a crazy stat. I think it might be at home. He plays into the crowd and just takes wild shots everywhere. But when the crowd's going crazy there, it seems like he takes like 35 footers. You're like, what are you doing?
No, I agree with that.
Or he just pulls up from just anywhere and you're like, dude, pass the ball or take a different shot.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that might play into it. And then on the road, he just takes better looks.
Yeah.
He takes some crazy ones, but that's the only, in my mind, explanation to that. You're always going to shoot better in your home gym. So it's like shot selection must be so much worse.
Bailey's boy is the same way, as is,
I think,
Siakam. All 3 of them are significantly worse at home. I think they said Halliburton in the playoffs going into game 4 or going into game 3 was 16% from 3 at home in these playoffs. Nesmith was like 24%. They're like significantly worse at home. The Pacers and Knicks are both each 6-1 on the road in the playoffs. That's crazy stat. So honestly, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world that the Knicks are on the road tonight. I almost think that the Knicks feel more
at home.
Yeah, I think they feel more pressure at home. I honestly think if there was like game 5, I would be more worried about them than tonight. That doesn't mean they're going to win, because the Pacers, they're not, because I would say as a team the last couple of years, they are better at home. This playoffs, they're better on the road. It's a small sample size, right? We'll see. Last question on the series. If the Knicks do win tonight, do they win the series? No, really? You think the Pacers win regardless?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. Big Dog picked them now, so maybe not. But I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say that the Pacers do it either way.
I say the Knicks win. I say the winner of tonight wins the series.
Got it.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously they'd be favored to do so if they win. I just think, kind of with you, there's just so much pressure in New York, man.
I agree.
There is good energy in the building, but there also is just a nervous energy and like, hey, we're the Knicks. How are we gonna fuck this up? That's what it seems like. So
okay. Moving on. Other series last night, we had a 2-1 series lead for the Thunder, and the first 3 games have been frankly horrible. They've been blowouts. The Thunder blew them out the first 2 games, and in inexplicable fashion, the Thunder lose by 42 in game 3 in Minnesota, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, we might have a series. Well, last night's game was really good. It was back and forth. Both teams shot at a high level. They played at a high level. Minnesota was right there in the fourth quarter. Dante DiVincenzo had a huge game, 21 points. Naz Reid had 23. I'm sorry, not Naz Reid. Alexander Walker. I always forget his name. Nikhil Alexander Walker, who's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's cousin.
Yep.
Enough with the fucking hyphenated names,
both
guys.
dirty Canadians.
That's right. And how about we just have one last name, all right? It makes it really hard to fucking say your name.
We don't like Canadians on this show.
No, we don't. Or Frenchmen. There's a lot of few things we don't like on this show. Anyway.
Angel Reese, in this order. Angel Reese, French Canadians. I mean, like that, the worst
third?
are the actual French Canadians.
Oh, French Canadians.
Yeah. I mean,
so it's Angel Reese, French Canadians, regular Canadians. What?
No, we love the Vols.
The Tennessee Volunteers and the Dutch. That's the 5.
The Dutch.
I just threw that in there because it sounded nice.
Yeah, no. How dare you go after the Dutch?
I can't even name a Dutch athlete that I know.
Robin Van Persie, please.
That's a soccer player. I said athlete. Okay.
Wow.
Now, moving on to this series. Obviously, the Thunder have taken complete control 3-1. Any chance the T-Wolves extend the series and win in OKC?
I don't know, and I don't even know what Anthony Edwards is doing. Like, listen, like you said, Lou Dort might be whatever, giving him the business, defending him well. Just shoot the ball. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just shoot it. Like, I mean, like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander put up how many shots? 30-something last night?
He
probably
scored 40
How many
points.
free throws ended up shooting? Like 25?
Well, I will say
at the end of the game, obviously.
Well,
he got
I will say
fouled
this.
a lot, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think he shot. I'm going to look it up.
I think he shot at least 20.
No, I think he shot
at
less
least,
than that because I was looking at the numbers. I think it was 14.
Oh, okay.
But and to be fair, I do
actually,
believe
that is right.
He shot 6 unintentional fouls
at the end. That's why I figured.
So
he
only
20.
shot 8 in the game. It wasn't as bad as it's been.
That's why I figured he shot 20 because I knew he shot 6 at the end of the game.
Now I will say this to your point, and I like SGA, and I do think he's really, really good, and he played really good last night. He did take 30 shots. He was 13 of 30.
I thought I saw that. I was like 30 shots.
Crazy. But to that point, they were chanting free throw merchant at him. I think it goes both ways. I don't think that he's as bad as prime James Harden was at just flopping, because Harden wouldn't even try to make shots. He'd go in and just every single time.
Smart basketball.
But I will say there are a lot of times where SGA isn't trying to make a shot, and that's frustrating to me. That's not basketball. I had a problem with James Harden when he did it. I have to have a problem with SGA when he does it. But I think SGA is better than James Harden was in that stretch because it's equating to winning a lot more than Harden did because Harden played no defense. Harden took way worse shots than SGA. He would just launch threes, and he would have games where he disappeared. Shai's been good in big moments. That said, yeah, it was like, it's hard to watch. Like, I don't want to watch a guy takes fucking 14 free throws in a game. I just don't. Nobody does. Who wants to watch that? It's not fucking fun to watch. And that's the whole point of the NBA is entertainment. And if we're talking about that and we want people to watch these games, why are we giving him 14 free throws? You look at the rest of the team, nobody else on the team for the Thunder took more than 2 free throws. And the way that game was called yesterday, it was the most, at least the first half, it was the most physical half of basketball where fouls were not called this postseason. I mean, guys were getting absolutely slapped across the arm. There was egregious missed calls, probably too much. But I was like, man, this is great. And then all of a sudden they just start calling fouls for one guy. And that was frustrating. It was like, okay, we're just watching SGA go in and get fouled and take 30 shots. Like, I mean, he would have taken 35 shots if they didn't call those fouls, right? Like, he was just driving in and flailing his arms up all night long, and they called it. And the Thunder won because of it. That was a big reason the Thunder won. Now, the T-Wolves turned the ball over 21 times. That's why they lost. I mean, that's pathetic. And Anthony Edwards turned it over 5 times. And, dude, Anthony, he only took 13 shots. He was 5 of 13 with 16 points.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. You can't, and most of those just came in the fourth. Because I remember looking probably midway through the third, and I think he had shot the ball like 6 or 7 times. It's bizarre.
It's so weird. He didn't take a shot.
I don't know what the. I mean, listen, it's hard to argue with the fact that they scored how many points?
126.
Okay. So, I mean, it's like, I think that's, I don't know if he said that in his postgame, but it seemed like I saw what it says, like, he doesn't, regret. I mean, they scored 126 points. They turned the ball over how many times?
21.
I mean, okay. It's like, listen, yeah, I didn't shoot that many times.
Sorry, 23.
They literally turned the ball over 23 times, and they lost by 2.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and, so I guess, you can't really argue. I mean, if you told him they were going to score that many points, he would have shook your hand and said, okay, yeah, we'll hold them to 120. Like, whatever,
it's a good
we'll
point.
win.
They shot 51.2% from the field, 44% from 3 and 79% from the free throw line.
you can't do much better than that. You just can't turn the ball over 23
and
times.
they won the rebounding battle. They outshot them from 2, outshot them from 3, outshot them from the free throw line, shot 7 more free throws, made 6 more free throws, won the rebounding battle by 5 and lost. That's crazy. That's actually absurd. I saw some stat. See if I can find it here. I think I might have screenshotted it. Where it was like teams that, the Timberwolves shot 51.2% and made 18 threes. Before last night, teams that shot 50% or better from the floor and made at least 18 threes were 55-0 in the playoffs. And they lost. And it was just like,
when you turn the ball over 23 times, you just can't.
You're going to lose.
Yeah.
But I do think it is weird because, look, we had this conversation last year in the conference finals. Anthony Edwards did the same shit last year. He did the same shit last year against the Mavericks. He disappeared. I don't know if he's getting worn down. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, it's very odd.
Yeah, that's a good. He definitely didn't have a good series against the Mavs last year. I don't know what it is. I mean, he's not a timid guy. It's like, if the shot. My thing is, I honestly think that we're used to him just launching the ball, but at this point, he's legitimately trying to make the right basketball play. And he's like, that's how many times I shot the ball. Look how many points we scored. I don't know how many times he turned it over, but I mean, turnovers were, that's insane.
I'll say
turning the ball over 23 times in an NBA game is nuts.
It's ridiculous. I will say this, and I don't agree with load management at all. However, it might be a point, right, to the argument to shorten the NBA season. Now, not that we're going to ever see that, but in the last 3 years, he's played 79 games all 3 years. 79 games of the 82.
Yeah, he should do the Kawhi Leonard and go down with a knee contusion for 18 games.
I'm not saying that, but point being, right, this guy plays every game pretty much.
Right.
And in the conference finals 2 years in a row, he wears down. That's what it feels like. And he's playing, in the regular season? 36.3 minutes per game. He's playing a lot of minutes, right? Shorten the NBA season. Make it a 65, 60-game season. The games will be more meaningful. People will play harder. And guys won't get worn down in the conference finals. We want to see their guys at their best. We're seeing it from Jalen Brunson, too, a little bit, right?
And, this year, he had to play that amount of games because remember how close they could have easily been in the 8th spot, been in the play-in, you know what I mean? So they literally finished a game in front of the Warriors and the Grizzlies. So
he had to play every game.
And they were one game behind the Lakers, Nuggets, and Clippers. One game. It's like, so that's, these games down the stretch did really come into play. And they will continue to do so in the West, obviously, with how stacked it is.
Right.
But in the East, if I'm those teams and be like, hey, go ahead and take the night off. Doesn't matter. Last
year in the conference finals, his numbers actually didn't look too bad, but he averaged 3 points less in the playoff in that series than he did in the regular season. And in the first 4 games, he was 6 of 16, 5 of 17, 11 of 24, and 11 of 25. The final game that they lost, where they got smoked by 20, he played really well. He was 10 of 18 from the floor and 4 of 6 from 3. But largely in that series, he did not shoot well, and he looked tired. And at the end of close games, he did not play well. Game 1 and 2, 6 of 16, 5 of 17. Those were the 2 close games. Those were at home.
Right.
So, I don't know. Well, it's just a point I wanted to bring up because I think it's interesting that a guy is playing every game and it's almost the opposite of being rewarded for it. That said, I don't agree with load management, so got to figure it out.
Yep.
Okay.
Agreed.
Let's move on. We're almost done here. We've got 2 more things. We've got fake news or fake news, and then we've got big finish.
All right.
Okay. All right. News or fake news. Let me redo that because I got to give a great intro here. It's time for news or fake news. I could do like a trailer. I could be a trailer voice person, I think. Anyway.
Should do it.
News or fake news, number 1. Punter A.J. Cole reaches a $15 million extension with the Las Vegas Raiders, making him the NFL's highest paid punter.
News, and the Raiders punt a lot.
The Raiders do punt a lot. That is news. 4 years, $15.8 million.
Money well spent with that organization.
3-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro.
Guy is lethal.
He's lethal. Can you name where he went to school? Bonus points. I'll give you $1 if you can name where he went to school. I'll give you a hint. ACC.
I was going to say Florida State.
Oh, that's a good guess. NC State. NC State.
Yeah.
A.J. Cole, highest paid NFL punter. Okay. Let's go with number 2. Desmond Watson is officially the heaviest player in the NFL, weighing just under 450 pounds. That's more of a true or false. But
Yeah, I'm just gonna say false. I don't know why, but I'm gonna say false.
it's actually news, and the only reason I brought it up is because on there it said on ESPN the headline was
Allegedly.
Desmond Watson embracing being the heaviest player in NFL history at 449 pounds.
Nice.
Yeah, 6'6", 449. He's the guy. You know who that is? He's on Florida, number 21 on Florida, big boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big boy.
And he can move.
Oh,
too.
he can move. He can move at 450. Yes, he
Good
can.
Lord.
Okay, number 3. Tyrese Halliburton's dad will not be allowed to attend the rest of the NBA playoffs despite Halliburton's appeals to ownership.
Fake news. He's back tonight, baby.
He is
He's
back tonight.
That's like getting Big Dog. Like if you played, it'd be like getting Big Dog back for the Pacers.
But he
He'd
would
be there front row, getting the crowd going.
He wouldn't be heckling the opponent, though. He'd be heckling me.
I'd be like, you suck.
Yeah, that's exactly what he'd be doing. They have lifted the ban.
Oh my God,
Initially,
this guy sucks. Make a shot.
it was funny because initially it was a mutual decision for him not to come to the games, and then you have Tyrese Halliburton going on TNT saying free pops, free pops. And look, I will say this. If that was any other fan and it wasn't the dad of Tyrese Halliburton, they'd have been suspended for the whole year for life for going on the floor and yelling at a fucking star NBA player. But of course,
it would have been awesome if Giannis just knocked him out. It would have probably killed him, though. That probably wouldn't have been good. But could you imagine how happy Charles would be at halftime? Like, oh, yeah, man. I've been saying it for years. Him and Shaq would be like, yeah, he got what he deserved. And Ernie would be like, well, boy, he died. Well, you shouldn't have been on the court talking shit. I can see Shaq doing that. Shouldn't have been on the court talking shit. No. Wrong, Chuck. Shut your fat ass up, Chuck.
All right, you're going to get this one. Number 4, Emma Navarro upset in round 1 of the French Open. 6-1, 6-0 versus Buzas Monteiro.
When you're a billionaire, she just probably wanted to go on vacation somewhere. Decided to lose 6-1, 6-1.
So that is news.
It's news.
Yeah,
whatever it was.
That is. It was 6-0, 6-1. But
that doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's just checked out. She was
seriously.
She was either like playing kind of hurt, they didn't care. But it's a weird one too because look, she's got so much money, and I know she'd be the first one to it's my parents' money. But it's like you're better off withdrawing at that point because it's not like she needs the money. Now there's so many people, like not a lot of people know this about tennis, but there's so many people that are ranked like that don't play clay court tennis that are ranked in the top 100 that get them automatically, and they're going on an all expenses paid trip to France. You know, they're paying for it. Most of the time, a lot of those guys, man, like will book a hotel room for one night, like the one night, show up, go stand out on the court, and then go home. Not to say they're not giving it their best, but they know they're not going to win the match. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. If you lose the first round,
the prize money is like $65,000.
You still make money.
Yeah. That's why those guys do that. It's like their ranking gets them into the draw. You best damn well believe they're going to go collect the paycheck and go home. So that's the deal. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Caitlin Clark to miss at least a month with a sprained MCL.
No, it might be 2 weeks. It's not going to be a month. It's going to be less than a month.
So is it fake news?
Fake news.
You got it. And it's not a sprained MCL. It's a quad injury.
Oh, thank
And it's
God.
2 weeks.
I'm
it's
worried,
minimum of 2
worried
weeks.
sick.
I wanted to get that cleared. Caitlin will miss at least 2 weeks, which would be 4 games.
I never thought in my life we'd be sitting here. Like, where'd you see yourself in your early 30s on a podcast talking about WNBA basketball?
You are.
About Caitlin Clark.
You're a D1 hater. Caitlin Clark will still win the MVP. She'll still be first team all WNBA.
She's not going to win MVP.
She might. She did drop from the favorite because of the
ESPN
injuries.
said she just went from like minus 110 to plus 215 or something.
Was she really minus 110 before that? That's crazy.
I don't know.
No, I believe it. No, I believe it. I'm just saying
it was something like that.
It was
or maybe it was like plus 115 or something. I don't know.
She was an overwhelming favorite.
Oh, by the way, let me get a hockey report. Because
Uncle T's NHL.
You don't give the white gladiators. We spend 20 minutes on WNBA, but white guys that play with, broken bones in their body, and we do hate Canadians. That was already on the record, but we do love the NHL. Stars down 2-1. Edmonton looks to be in control, but you never know with Edmonton. Weird team. Stuart Skinner could give up 100 goals at any moment. 2-1 Edmonton.
Game 4 tonight?
Yeah, Edmonton beat the shit out of them last 2. Florida was rolling in that series. The Carolina Hurricanes finally won an Eastern Conference Finals game. They won 3-0 last night. I didn't even see it because I'm so checked out because I think that series is over. But you know how hockey is, man. It's the one weird sport where there's been plenty of comebacks from 3-0. I certainly don't see that happening in that series because I think Florida's the better team anyway. But glad to see the Hurricanes get on the board with a win. They've been over for a long time. So I think you're going to be, I think my original prediction, I don't know. I've changed it multiple times, but I think Edmonton, Florida.
Your original prediction was Edmonton, Florida. Then
my original one was Florida, Vegas. Vegas got bounced in the first round, and then I went Florida, Edmonton rematch.
Then you said a Florida, Edmonton rematch. Then last week you said that it was going to be Dallas, but then you went back on that and said, no, I'm going to keep it to Edmonton. And you said nobody wins 10 game
straight
sevens in a row.
Correct, yes.
And you said that Dallas was going to lose the series in 7 games. And then Florida was going to beat Edmonton again in the Stanley Cup final.
Yep.
So we'll see. Your prediction's alive here. Probably need Dallas to win the night to get that to 7 games, though. Okay, big finish time. Here we go. And some of this stuff we've already probably gone over, so just quickly go through it. Yeah. Okay, it's time for the big finish. Pacers and Knicks, Game 4 tonight in Indiana. Will the Knicks even the series?
No, Pacers win.
Pacers win. How much do they win by?
1.
1 at the buzzer?
Yeah, it'll just be a clusterfuck at the buzzer again. They'll find a way to win.
Who hits the shot?
And then another hot take. Halliburton's dad's going to run on the floor again after the win. Gun 3-1.
He's going to
He'll go talk. He's going to go talk shit to Brunson's daddy who's on the bench for the Knicks, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's
on the bench. He's not a coach.
Yeah, Halliburton wins. And wait, he's on the bench and he's not a coach?
No, he is really a coach, but he thinks he's not. I mean, in my eyes, he's not. He just thinks he's a coach.
Got it.
I just pictured when you said that, Tyrese Halliburton's dad running on the floor with a paintball gun and taking people out left and right.
Holding his son's face up again. Halliburton's dad seems like a nut, so I could see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, the guy, after the whole deal with Giannis, went on TMZ and gave an interview by himself.
He's one of those guys.
I mean, he is one of those guys.
He's
he loves the attention.
Like a LeVar Ball.
He is a LeVar Ball. He has a little LeVar
Big
Ball.
baller brand.
Number 2, here we go. Tyrese Halliburton's dad was banned from attending playoff games after a post-game on-court incident with Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Pacers lifted the ban starting tonight. Should Halliburton's dad be allowed at the games? Do you agree with the decision to let him back in?
Absolutely.
Okay. Number 3, the NFL failed to ban the tush push when it was voted on earlier this week, receiving just 22 votes to ban it, falling too short of the required 24 votes. Good move or bad move for the NFL?
So, hate the play. I hate it. I hate watching it. However, the argument, in my opinion, although it's not, they just added being able to push people, like whatever. I do think, I hate to see it, but banning it, I think, would be bogus. And the reason why I say that is because there's no one else that does it. And that's my take on it. And that's what Jason Kelsey, I believe, went to go petition. If we get to the point, right, where everybody's doing it, everybody's getting a first down, then they're going to get rid of it. To me, though, although I think it's a Bush League bullshit play, if we're banning it just because they're good at it and nobody else does it, to me, I think that almost justifies why it should stay in. I know that's a hot take, and most people are going to hate it.
Don't disagree with anything you said.
I hate the
Eagles. Fuck the Eagles. The push is not fun to watch. It's not football. I don't think it should be in the NFL.
Agreed.
The Carolina Hurricanes finally broke their streak of 15 consecutive losses in the conference finals with a 3-0
insane stat.
With a 3-0 win over the Florida Panthers last night. Do we have a series?
No.
It's over.
Yeah.
In 5.
Yeah, in next couple games. It won't go 7.
The Panthers do have a history with Game 7s. They came back from a 3-0 deficit to beat the Boston Bruins a couple years back, and they also blew a 3-0 lead to Edmonton last year before winning Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Next one, Dallas Stars are in Edmonton tonight for Game 4 of the West Finals. Will Dallas even the series?
Yeah, they'll tie it. Edmonton just never gets things done easy, and Dallas always goes 7 games. They'll tie it.
The college football playoff will change this year. Going to a straight seeding model, the top 4 ranked conference champs will still receive an automatic bid into the playoff. However, they will not receive an automatic top 4 seed. Is this the right move by the NCAA?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I will say this. It's not only a good move, it's good that they were able to do it this quickly. Because when you have things like in the NFL, the tush push has been this problem for multiple years, and this pushing, and we can't get rid of it because we have to have a 24-team vote. The NCAA, as shitty as they've been, did a good job of stepping in and saying, no, that was a stupid rule. This is a fluid system. We're changing it from year to year, and we're going to find the right system eventually that works. This is a step in the right direction. Good move by the NCAA. That said, teams with buys last year went 0-4 in the playoffs, so maybe not a good thing to have a bye. Regardless, Doug Gottlieb has petitioned the NCAA to allow his Green Bay, Wisconsin Phoenix to play in the TBT, the basketball tournament, which is a tournament with former professional basketball players that pays $1 million to the champion. Has Doug Gottlieb become the biggest clown in sports in less than a year on the job?
Yeah, well, he's up there.
I mean,
Like
that's
him, Kendrick Perkins, Jamel Hill. But yeah, Doug's right there. That's some high ground right there with those two. You hang out with, when you're mentioned in the same breath as those names, and you're doing a disservice to everybody you're associated with. Yeah, it's just a stupid. Like, I don't know. I think he just constantly tries to stay in the news.
That's got to be
for
what it
his
is.
podcast. And then he thinks any publicity is good publicity.
Even if you lose 27 games in a row.
Yes, yeah, I really do think that's it, because he knows it's going to get denied, and he's just trying to make noise. Like, you just let us play. And he was talking about the prize money, like they could actually win. He's like, if we won, we'd donate it to charity. Like, dude, first of all, you could play the 40-year-old, like the team that's got nothing but 40-year-old washed-up Ohio State players, and y'all lose by 50. I just don't understand. I mean, anyway.
That's the funny thing, is how bad of a look it would be if they played and lost in the first round.
I would let him do
it's
it
a
just
single
so that,
elimination.
just to get killed. Like, I mean, it would be hilarious.
Okay, last thing. 100 days. We are 100 days away from the NFL season.
No, good.
We are inching our way towards football again as we wind down the NBA playoffs. Give me your way too early Super Bowl matchup and champion for the NFL. 100 days away.
I'm going to go Ravens. Finally get there somehow. I'm going Ravens. I'm gonna go for a fun one. I'm going Ravens Commanders.
Ravens Commanders. Wow. Jaden Daniels getting to the Super Bowl. All right. I'm going to go Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, my God. I guess I thought mine was crazy, and then we
and
went
Buffalo
here.
Bills.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm going.
There's
Cowboys,
a 0%
Bills.
chance.
Dak and Josh Allen, baby. We're going to the Super Bowl.
There'd be a disaster.
All the way.
Yeah, if they played in the Super Bowl, something would happen to the stadium, and the world would end. And
Oh, my goodness.
it would be the first Super Bowl that never finished.
All right, that's all we got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Enjoy the NBA playoffs.
Oh, one last shout out. Oh my God, I almost forgot. The Boat, aka Maddie Merkin's softball team, Bernie Little League champs, started the season 0-5, rallied to win 6 of their last 7 and won 2 playoff games in a row to win the ship, baby.
They won the
We're
championship?
down 6-4 going into the last inning. Scored 4 runs, ended up winning the whole thing. Shout out Thunder. There's actually the Thunder.
Weren't
So maybe that's
Thunder and Thundercats? Why are all of those teams named?
It's a good question.
Thunder?
I don't know. Thundercats are a classic, but yeah, I don't know. The softball team used to be something else, but they're the Thunder.
And
Shout out Thunder. I'll get the
And
picture
then when
up
you
there.
throw in the fact that your old beta fish name was Confederate Thunder, now we have all 3 of the Thunders.
Allegedly. That
Shout
fish
out,
was
by the
named-
way, also shout out Dutch Bros. I've been getting coffee there, even though I don't drink coffee. And I got one today, and I got my 911 that I get because it's got 6 shots of espresso in it. But then,
How do
but
you even?
But then they
How do you
told
not
the
stroke
lady,
out?
the lady was nice, and she was like, "Have you ever tried a nitro?" And she gave me a nitro for free at Dutch Bros, and that's a $6 drink. So it was really nice of her. Shout out to Dutch Bros. Also shout out to Zito's. Go get yourself a serious sandwich. I saw Jeff Davis in there the other day, and they were
And you didn't say anything.
Well,
to
he
him?
was with his daughter. I
You're
didn't want
such
to go
a
up.
coward.
He was with his daughter. I didn't want to be an asshole. I was
Say, hey Jeff, you seen the videos, bud?
I should have said I
You
was
see my
injured
buddy?
in a-
You see my buddy shout you out after Otani hit that ball?
I
Pretty
should've-
fucking funny, Jeff. Need a sponsor, Jeff. Is that your daughter there, Jeff? We need a sponsor, Jeff.
I should have played a video on there and
Yeah.
let it play right
Hey,
next to him when he's walking out.
Yeah, had Brad. Hey, you mind playing this over the speaker for me?
Brad's
Brad
in
would've-
Vegas
Brad-
right now.
Brad would have done it probably.
He
too.
probably would have. Brad's in Vegas. Shout out Brad. Shout out Zito's. All right, that's all we got. We'll catch you guys next week.